This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. I appreciate you guys. Okay, so let's get into it. We got Tekashi, and then we also got Nore and the Drink Champs. And I got a couple things to look at involving Freeway, Rick Ross, Cormega, and Steve Stoute. We're going to investigate all that kind of stuff, and then we're going to get into some tips. Okay, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell. Hit that subscribe button. Love you guys so much. Positive vibes. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope everything's going well. Sorry for the late start. It's been a weird week, but we're getting through it, okay? I'm just with you guys. We're moving positive through the week. Even with the roadblocks in the way, we're pushing through, okay? So, first off, we got this case with Tekashi. Okay, so another person takes a plea deal or pleads guilty. So they're working, you know, everybody's taking their deals. Could be actually released a video, a music video, yesterday on Worldstar. I don't know if he's out or not. They were saying, they were reporting that he was still locked away. And again, I always promote that. Go to the BBN network for all the best info involving this case. Okay, I'm not a hater. I think that guy does. I think Jack Frost over there does a great job covering all this stuff. He gets interviews with people. He's very good with this particular case. He's good, like the best I've seen. You know, and I got to give props. You know, because very entertaining. So I'm just giving you guys the news. Okay, so Roe Murder he's the latest, not the last, okay, but the latest person to plead guilty and racketeering in this whole case, the 10th individual. So everyone is taking a deal. It has come out that Shadi and other people pleaded guilty, and Shadi also gave up some information. And I got that from, you know, confirmed that with the BBN network, because he did an interview with Fubanger, which revealed that the lawyer had told him that. I mean, this is like very weird. I mean, just, you know, last year, the beginning of the year, you know, Tekashi was on top of the world, had everybody around him, and then by the end of the year, you know, everybody's locked away, and now everybody's taking plea deals. You know, it's like, what a spooky situation, man. You couldn't predict this. You couldn't. This is a movie. This is for sure a movie. The rise and fall of Tekashi and Freeway. I mean, it's literally a movie, you know? So, Roe Murder, I think there's a few other people that have to take plea deals now, and I think some other people got arrested. The two defendants remaining are Harv and Nukmak. Tekashi's scheduled to be sentenced on January 24th, 2020, following the trial set date for September 4th. Now, they're saying, I don't know if this is true or not, you know, like, Tekashi was the first person to give up a lot of stuff. I think Shadi was, too, around the same time. And he might get a deal where he doesn't do that much time, you know. He's already done about a year, almost, coming up in a couple months. And then if he gets 2 more years, say they give him 3 years, he already has a year in, so he does 2 more years. It's possible. I don't, you know, I've seen weird things happen, you know, when as living in life, you know, sometimes people get sweet deals for working with the prosecutors. So we'll see. Now let's talk about Nore and the Drink Champs. Okay, so I don't know if you saw the latest episode of Rick Ross that dropped today. But what's funny is, okay, we're going to get into this. So he had Freeway Ricky Ross just 3 weeks ago, and then he has Rick Ross right after that. Okay, now if you don't know, Freeway Ricky Ross got his whole persona taken from Rick Ross. I mean, I love Rick Ross as a rapper, but it's undeniable, and they had a whole legal battle about the name and everything. But First, I'll say Steve Stoute, when he got on there and he started talking negatively about Cormega and telling false lies and stuff about Cormega. If you don't know, Steve Stoute is one of the people that kind of pushed Cormega and influenced Cormega out of the firm, and also made Cormega's music industry career even harder by putting up roadblocks. Of course, he jumped over them like hurdles, but Nore didn't give him a chance to come back on Drink Champs and, you know, speak his piece about what Steve Stoute had said. But he gave Rick Ross this opportunity after Freeway Ricky Ross came on. I think that's funny. And Nore actually gets so drunk in this interview that they have to cut it short at 30 minutes. These are usually an hour, hour and a half. You can tell they cut it short because they're rolling the credits as they're still asking questions at 30 minutes in. Nore started slurring his words, and the rumor is, this is the rumor, that Nore actually fell asleep started dozing at 33 minutes, and they had to cut it. You can even see in DJ FN's face, like, yo, this guy's tripping. He's he definitely drank too much. He took Drink Champs too literally. Rick Ross has Port of Miami 2 coming out. I'm excited for that. No way am I. There's certain things I don't like about a lot of people. I'm sure there's a lot of things people don't like about me. You know, this is my platform and this is what I'm talking about. But I'm excited for Port of Miami 2. Just as I'm excited for everything that Freeway Ricky Ross is coming out with. I think he's an inspiring individual. I think they both are. But, you know, you can see that Nore's kind of doing a weird thing here. You know, it's like, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Get in the comments below. And then let's get into investing. Okay, so basically, let's talk about passive incomes. Sorry, I got distracted from a text. But passive incomes. This one will be, we did passive incomes yesterday. Let's talk about passive incomes you can make, but that it takes a little money. These aren't free. The other ones I gave you yesterday are free. You know, talking about Amazon, representing people with Airbnbs, social media, offering services, teaching people your skills. Those are free things you can do to have a passive income. Another one is, okay, so if you have some money and you want to, now I'm going to say investing is a risk, okay? And you can lose your money, okay? The safest thing to do, take your money and get into something like Fidelity or something. Even if you have 1,000 or 2, or I think they have minimums, but you know, figure that out. And you go to Fidelity or a company like that, and you tell them what you want in your portfolio. And what you want is dividend stocks, okay? This is where a company shares profit with you. So if you invest, some of them will pay between 1 and 2, some 4% if you get into a REIT. So dividend stocks share profit. Not all stocks share profit with you. Stock market isn't just about your stock going up and down, right? So if you own 1 share of Apple, right? And I think a share of Apple costs like $800 or something, whatever. You'll get 2% of your money back per year of what you put in. Or I think they share 1.3%, something like that, 1.3% back per year. Even if the stock goes up and down, they're still going to be sharing profits with you. There's a lot of companies like this that you got to look for dividend stocks because you're getting paid out every year a percentage of profit of what you invested in the company. And if the company goes up, with the stock goes up, you're going to make money on that side too. So you have 2 sides to make money. You could lose money though if the stock, you know, loses money. You could lose that principal, but you'll still be getting paid your dividend. That's always want to get into dividend stocks for the long term, especially. Then you can invest in REITs, which is real estate, basically companies that do real estate. So they own strip malls or office parks or something like that. Investing in a REIT pays out usually higher because it's a little riskier. They usually pay out about like 2 to 4% of profits. You can invest in this, like I said in another video, you know, the cell towers everywhere, that's owned by American Tower and some other companies that really own most of those. Those are owned by REITs, real estate investment sometimes. But a REIT is definitely, I own a few REITs in my portfolio. They're very good. It's a good payout. It's a real estate investment trust. So it's a company that owns a bunch of real estate and by you investing in them, they're able to buy more real estate, but you benefit by getting a percentage of the profits on it. So, but you can also lose your shirt in a REIT. So make sure you're getting into a good REIT. Look into REITs, REIT, okay? I'll break those down further in future videos. These are just warm-up videos that we're doing here. You can invest in bonds. That's where you're basically loaning a government. I would only do government bonds because you know the government's more likely. If the government doesn't pay you back, we're in a financial crisis. Okay, so like a super financial crisis, like, you know, it's bad. But usually a bond, you get paid a percentage on your loan. You're basically loaning them money, the government or somebody else, a bond, and you get a certain percentage back. It depends how risky the bond is and how much money you make. Index funds, that's where you're investing in, instead of just investing in one company, you're investing in the top 500 companies. And, you know, a lot of companies have their own index funds. You know, I think Fidelity has one, Charles Schwab, you know, all these people, they have index funds that you can invest in. And you're investing in the top average of the top 500 companies going up or down. And usually over time, this pays out, you know, not a ton, but it pays out. You know, it's a safer way to invest without having to research every company. And what else do we got here? You can invest, I mean, obviously you can invest more in social media and actually put money behind it. That's another way to go, where it's not free, but you're investing not just your time, but some money. You could do, you know, a lot of different things. I don't know. These are just a few couple ways you could do this. You can also spend money with a dropship store where you're advertising the products instead of just doing it for free through social media. You can, again, go to oberlo.com and they'll have products on there and you can sell them on a site you create. And if someone buys a cup, say you're selling a cup and the cup costs $20 at Oberlo, you're selling it for $35. You collect the $35, you pay $20 for the cup to ship to the person out of that 35, and you keep 15, you know? So that's a good way to do things without really, and if you advertise it, you'll have more customers, and if it's a really good product that you think you can market, marketing's the skill too, you'll win. But we'll do more videos like this that are more detailed. I'm just, you know, brushing on the topic, seeing if you guys like this kind of stuff. Let me know in the comments below. This is Jordan Tower with JT News, and I'll check you guys in the next one.